Cancelled na ba si Toni Gonzaga? Masyado bang woke ang mga bata ngayon? This is the Ryan Rambles recap. Let's get ready to rumble! Friends, this is the Ryan Rambles recap, the show where we talk about the most interesting things that happened in the country this week. And for this week, let's do a recap of last week. So last week, pinag-usapan natin ang win ni John Arcilla sa Venice Film Festival. So he won Best Actor for On the Job 2. But apparently this week, nalaman natin na hindi lang siya yung posibleng manalo sana ng Best Actor. A lot of the judges wanted Dennis Trillo to win the award also. As of now, it's currently episode 4, which means episode 2 ng second movie. I haven't seen yet enough of his character para makita kung deserve nga niya ba yung Best Actor award. But in the series right now, sobrang klaro na hindi tungkol sa Hitman yung series na to. Na tungkol siya sa fake news at sa kapangyarihan ng mga news outlets at ng media na ipalinis ang mga masamang nagawa ng my green screen just fell. Na ilinis ang mga masamang nagawa ng mga politiko, 'di ba? And this is exactly what people are talking about now and why people are so mad at Toni Gonzaga. In interview niya si Bongbong Marcos at maraming nagsasabi na ginagamit daw niya yung platform or binigyan niyang platform si Bongbong Marcos na pag-usapan yung lies na gustong ibenta ng Marcos family. And bago natin pag-usapan yun, ano ba yung Toni Talks? So Toni Talks is a segment on Toni Gonzaga's YouTube channel where she talks to interesting people. So kasama dito sina Jake Zyros, Baron Geisler, SB19, pero recently she's been talking to more political figures. Siguro dahil andito na parating na yung 2022 elections, mas sa politics na naka-focus yung guests niya. So yes, andun si Bongbong Marcos, pero kinusap rin niya si Leni Robredo, si Chel Jokno, Isko Moreno, marami pang iba. And this is the argument that her supporters make. Na paano daw siya naging biased kung lahat naman ng mga iba't ibang political affiliations kinakausap niya, 'di ba? I think that's a fair argument to have. Pero kung tinignan kasi natin yung mismo mga titles ng interviews, and let's look at the dislikes first. 'Di ba? Yung Leni Robredo video, 68% lang yung likes, and the Bongbong Marcos video has 89% likes. So it's obvious off the bat kung sino yung audience ni Toni. And the titles themselves, diba? Yung una, what VP Lenny is looking forward to in 2022. At yung isa naman, the greatest lesson Bongbong Marcos learned from his father. So yung isa, sobrang klaro na tungkol siya sa mismong VP, diba? Who she is and ano yung plano niya for the future of the country or of her future. Tapos yung kay Bongbong naman, mas nakafocus sa pamilya niya. Well, and to be fair, hindi lang naman si Bongbong Marcos ang tinanong ni Toni tungkol sa tatay niya. Chel Jokno was also asked. I think Chel Jokno, one of her first guests a month ago, spoke about his father. His father, Jose Jokno, who was wrongfully imprisoned nung martial law daw. Naranasan ni Chel Jokno. I think he was 8 or 9 years old. Naranasan niya na yung mga military pumunta sa bahay nila, tapos inarrest yung tatay niya kahit wala silang warrant, wala silang even reason for or charges against him. Walang charge at all, pero 2 years nasa kulungan si Jose Jokno. And even when he got out, he helped victims of martial law with their problems. So if you're Toni Gonzaga, how can you listen to Chel Jokno talk about those things? Talk about his experiences with martial law and the things that happened to his father. Tapos 1 month later, interview mo si Bongbong Marcos, tapos you allow him to say na yung mga sinasabi tungkol sa pamilya niya, puro lies. Di ba? Which brings me to the title of this episode. My amnesia ka girl. Nakalimutan mo ba na just 1 month earlier, Child Jokna told you all these things about his experiences in martial law? And honestly, sayang kasi I really like this movie, yung My Amnesia Girl. Tony's performance is really great. Sobrang galing ng comedic timing niya. And that scene where she sees John Lloyd for the first time tapos nagkunwari siyang may amnesia siya, classic. Sobrang classic ng scene na yun. But I guess to be fair, mahirap naman maging Toni Gonzaga ngayon. You think about yung dilemma niya, diba? On one hand, ninong niya sa kasal si Bongbong Marcos, tapos on the other hand naman, the place she works for, ABS-CBN, was the network na pinasara ng tatay niya. So, yeah, I guess, mas pinili na niya mas pinili niya si Bongbong Marcos. And people tried canceling her for it. I mean, kahit dati pa naman, kahit nung kasal pa niya, ang dami nang gustong i-cancel siya dahil lang sa affiliation. Pero ngayon, I guess mas may rason na yung tao kung bakit nila gustong i-cancel si Toni Gonzaga. Kasi ngayon, tinutulungan na daw niya tinutulungan na daw niyang bigyan ng platform yung mga Marcos. And para mas cancel-worthy na to ngayon. And this is something Bianca Gonzalez talked about, who is one of her showbiz best friends. Parang kapatid yung relationship nila. And Bianca said that instead of canceling Toni, mas gusto niya na pag-usapan, reach out to her personally. Which I understand. I think that's fair, very valid. Na mas maiintindihan mo yung side ng iba kung hindi sa social media nangyari. Diba? Kung mismong message ka, your guard is down, kumbaga. Hindi ka sobrang defensive kasi inaatake ka naman tao. Which I think is fair. Pero gets ko rin kasi yung side ng iba na gusto na talaga siyang i-cancel. Na parang irredeemable na siya. So, up to you na lang. Let me know in the comments if you think Toni Gonzaga should be canceled or not. But in either case, marami nagsasabi, Toni Gonzaga supporters and Marcos supporters, na sobrang woke na kasi ng generation ngayon, na mga Gen Z, mga Millennials, na kahit kumulangot ka lang sa maling lugar, pwede ka na i-cancel. And I also think that's valid. Maraming mga bagay ngayon, especially on Twitter, kina-cancel kahit hindi naman kailangan, na pwede lang pag-usapan. Pero the difference, I'd say what we're talking about now, hindi siya kulangot, hindi siya basta-basta lang. At pwede mo sabihin, grabe naman kayo mga millennial, mga bata ngayon, wala naman kayo ng martial law. Sino kayo para pag-usapan yung mga bagay na to? Diba? Well, for me kasi, yung mga kinakausap ko naman tungkol dito, hindi ko kinakausap yung mga nandun at parang hindi ako isang tao na parang, mas alam ko or whatever. Yung kinakausap ko, mga kapwa Gen Z, kapwa millennials na naniniwala sa fake news. Kaya para sa akin, sobrang importante na pag-usapan ng mga bata yung mga bagay na to. Kasi yung mga taong nandun, wala naman sila sa social media. Hindi na pwedeng ipagtanggol yung mga nangyari sa kanila. Or siguro kung nandito man sila, hindi sila sobrang dami. So importante na marinig yung mga kwento nila. So when we say never again, hindi naman ibig sabihin na naranasan natin yung mga naranasan nila, di ba? When we say never again, we mean never again to hearing stories about the atrocities of martial law. Diba? Yung stories ng mga victims who were tortured, who were killed, never again to the billions that the Philippines loaned. Yung mga inutang ng Pilipinas na dumiretso sa bulsa ng mga Marcos cronies, sa Marcos family. At hanggang ngayon, binabayaran pa rin ng Pilipinas. We say never again, pero nakalulungkot kasi nangyayari siya ulit. Diba? Ngayong pandemic, ang dami nating inutang para sa health funds. Tapos, pupunta lang sa bulsa ng mga taga-family, sa Duterte allies. Nakakalungkot talaga. Tsaka boss, sabihin mo naman na, Ryan, dilawan ka lang. Diba? Dilawan ka, kaya gusto mong atakihin yung gobyerno. No, sobrang nakakainis na. Ito yung narrative na kung hindi ka DDS, dilawan ka. Kung hindi ka dilawan, DDS ka. Diba? This weird black and white thing where I feel like we should be pro-Philippines na yung mga, hindi to parang basketball team, diba? Na loyal ka sa isang team buong buhay mo. We can call out the flaws that politicians have and support the good things that they did. 'Di ba? Pwede naman pro-Philippines tayo at hindi pro isang party. And you could also say na, baka, 'di ba, sobrang biased ako na puro anti-Marcos lang yung binabasa ko. Well, I feel like kaya kong sabihin na alam ko na may mga nakinabang naman sa era ni Marcos. Kasi lolo ko Ilocano. So alam ko na yung mga Ilocano, sobrang lakas pa rin ng mga Marcos sa mga Ilocano kasi maganda nga yung naranasan nila ng martial law. But I also know, kasi yung nanay ko, taga Bacolod siya, and I know how devastating martial law and the Marcos era was for Negros, diba? This picture, I don't know if you've seen it before, but it's a kid na butot balat na lang siya. Si Joel Ablong is his name, one of the victims of the Negros famine during Marcos's time. All these people going hungry, kahit pinagmamalaki ni Bongbong Marcos na sobrang prosperous ng era na yon. Okay? So para sa akin, sobrang mali yung mentality na yon, diba? Na sabihin mo, maganda naman nung panahon namin, so okay lang, 'di ba? Na sobrang maraming mali yung nangyayari, pero yung mismong pamilya mo okay lang. And this is honestly what On the Job 2 is about. Sa character ni Sisoy, nakita niya na at first nakikinabang siya, kahit kurakot yung boss niya, nakuha siya ng pera, ng fame, all those things. Pero para sa kanya okay lang kasi hindi naman siya apektado in a negative way. But he realized later on, and we're seeing this in episode 4, na yung mga kaibigan niya natamaan na rin. So mali nga talaga yung mentality na yon. Na okay, na basta okay ako, bahala na yung iba. Alright? So that's it for this week's episode of the Ryan Rambles recap. But let's talk about the comments. Let's shout out people. Hi to Ashley, who loves the title. Hi to Russian Bananas. Okay. Sabi niya, Toni knows what she's doing, very deliberate to interview all these politicians. But I agree, na sobrang, she really favors one over the other. Halata sa titles pa lang, diba? And yung following niya, basically, the fact na sobrang daming dislikes tungkol kay Lenny, shows na yung following niya mas doon nakapabor. Okay? Ashley says, it's fair that she gives a platform to everyone, but she didn't even ask Bongbong any hard questions. That's fair. Hindi nga. Wala talaga. It's all about his father, and parang wala siyang facts na binigay. Okay? Shout out also to Lock Nose. Sabi niya, there's always two sides of the story. Yeah. I think you can say that. May importanteng malaman yung parehong side, but you have to pick a side. Basta alam mo yung lahat ng facts, pwede naman. Okay? Let's shout out a few more comments before we get out of here. Yes, Russian Banana says, panoorin mo yung Kingmaker. Excellent documentary about the wealth of Marcos. Yes. Sana ilabas nila ulit. It was free for a while. Pero ngayon wala na. Okay? Okay. One last comment from Russian Banana. Sabi niya, cancel culture leaves no room for possible redemption. Toni should at the very least disclose her relationship and personal opinions. I agree. Yeah, but let's see if she actually wants to be redeemed. The fact na ilang years na siyang nagsaside sa mga Marcos, diba? I feel like that's very telling of what she says. And yung statement niya na linabas noong a few days ago, basically sinabi niya na wala akong papakinggan. I am me. I'll just do whatever I want to do. So let's see kung yun pa rin yung stand niya in a few days. Someone said na madaling makalimut ang mga Pinoy. Yun. Yeah. Mabilis makalimot ang mga Filipino, which I think is true. So hopefully for this issue, hindi tayo mabilis makalimot. Kasi kung if we allow Toni to just get away with her statement, yeah, medyo kulang naman talaga. So thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the Ryan Rambles podcast, the Ryan Rambles recap rather. I love going through all your comments. So next week, we'll be doing this again. Every Sunday, pinapag-usapan natin yung pinaka-interesting na issues dito sa Pilipinas. But if there's something you want me to talk about, you can send me a message on YouTube or on Instagram at @_Ryan Rosella para pwede natin pag-usapan next week. But until then, thank you so much for watching. My name is Ryan. Peace, and I love y'all.
Hoy mga Pinoy, ito na ang medisina, nagbabagong apoy, linagyan ng gasolina, kaya't tinatanong pa ba kung kanino at sino ang tiyak na puntahan sa kulturang Pilipino? Ako na ang sagot, ang dakilang gamot.